Hello, everyone. This is Ann Martin-Frey. I am the founder and CEO of Homeless to Independence, and I'm here to share terrible, terrible news with a lot of you folks. And if folks would take the time and get your heads out of your phones and computers and everything, and look up to the sky, you will see a lot of stuff going on. I don't know if some of you have noticed, but the sun, as you see this thing in the sky, has gotten so illuminated you can't even look directly at it. I remember being a kid and playing outside, and you look up in the sky and you could look at the sun being round, but now you can't even do that anymore. And to be honest with you, it came out finally. It has been, photographs have been taken by a professional photographer, and he has caught pictures of a sun simulator up in the atmosphere, up past the clouds, and it is something that the government put up there. And despite the fact that that sun simulator is there, you can still see the orbs. That's what they're trying, that is what they're doing their very best to block with the sun simulator, is the orbs of the other solar system that is in our solar system. I've been reaching out to, or have been getting ready to reach out. I've reached out to a couple of researchers with my theories. I know I'm just a lay person, but you know what? I have a brain, and I do use my brain, despite the fact that I have severe epilepsy, despite the fact that I do have diabetes, despite the fact that I'm waiting on a new neurologist appointment that I had to make because I recently moved, and my old neurologist is like 3 hours away, and my GP and I both feel that I might be starting Parkinson's. I have a lot of, I've lost a lot of mobility in my left side. I drift when I walk, but you know what? I'm taking brain supplements. I'm taking Martin-Frey supplements. I've increased my iron and my D3, in addition to my regular regimen of prescriptions that I get, of course, prescribed to me by my doctor. I refuse, and I really mean I refuse, to take anything that will not allow me to think straight. I don't like to take NyQuil, even if it's the non-alcoholic. I take Aleve to lessen my pain, and I do my best to just move a lot every day. I love life. I am a truther. I just want everybody to know what is coming up. There's a few researchers such as David Dobbs, Steve Olson, and Dr. Claudia Elbers. Oh, she is phenomenal. And she is, I guess you could say she's a Planet X professional. This is like right up her alley. Dave Dobbs, he has been researching Planet X for a number of years, and he's been able to chart where the various planets in that little solar system are within our system. He's been a couple days behind. John Moore, J.R. Moore, he's the Liberty Man. He is service connected, and you just got to catch up with John Moore. I'm trying to think. Dutch Sense monitors the earthquakes. I know I have said his name before, and he is phenomenal. Our earthquakes are off the charts. Our weather patterns, as you can see, with the snow even going down south of Texas into Mexico. You know, I was thinking, honestly, I was thinking, you know, when they were talking about the polar vortex a few years ago. I'm going back like 3-4 years ago. They're saying the polar vortex was coming down. Honestly, the polar vortex was not coming down. The Earth is wobbling. The Earth normally wobbles, but if you look at an earlier video that I've done, it explains to you about the pulls of the forces of the other planets coming through our system. It has not just pulled on Earth, it has pulled on every single planet that when it came through between Jupiter and Mars on its inbound route. A lot of the planets are heating up so bad on the inner cores that they're, from what I understand, and I have to double check, but from what I do understand, it is a part of Jupiter has turned from gas to liquid, and their poles have also been altered. Well, darlings, our poles, we're being pulled. Our pole is shifting, and we're wobbling like a drunkard. And if that's not bad enough, now to learn and find out about the sun simulator that was actually captured by a professional photographer and his equipment just within the past 48 hours. And you know, to hear about it and know that there were architectural plans for it, and now to actually capture a picture of it. I didn't capture the picture, but I've seen the picture, and they're cleaning up the pictures even more, and you can see the orbs are trying to block the other planets that are up there, the ones that are coming in. They're trying to block the planets, from us being able to see them. And it's just craziness. And I'm going to go even one more step. The California fires from this past week in Southern California, some people were taking photographs and videotaping, and there were literally like a blue laser beam coming down and hitting trees and stuff. So where that came from, who the heck knows? But it's just something that makes you go, a lot of people are fleeing in that. Let's see what else is going on. I'm going to say it the way I feel about it. I'm not going to be emotional about it, but I got to say something about this. All of you folks that, I'm going to say it right from the beginning. Fake news is really fake news, okay? The Clinton campaign paid for that dossier, and everything in that dossier was false, was fake, and they used that dossier in order to get everybody who thought, because she said the dossier said this and the dossier said that, so nobody has a clear and picture of Mr. Trump or President Trump. I mean, they've been using it against him, and now everything is falling apart. Everything is falling apart. The Podesta group, they're shutting their doors this coming week. Yes, you have no clue what these people are truly up against. The Pizzagate thing that you heard about, it's true. It's true. There's no two ways about it. And the indictments, there are people that have ankle monitors on, so they don't leave. They cannot leave. Hillary Clinton has an ankle monitor on her. So does John McCain. So does Mr. Podesta. They all have ankle monitors. And they're into some stuff that you'll be embarrassed to have. When you find out what they are truly into, you are going to be embarrassed for even considering her to be a president. They are into so much crap. They're into children. They are into body parts, the sale of body parts. And it's all about to come out. It's already been coming out. But the mainstream media, they won't cover it because George Soros is paying, and I called him out on his name. I know I'm just a little peon, and I'm just doing my best to help people and everything. But people, you got to open your brain. You got to open your eyes. You got to get your heads out of the sand. And you got to really check into this stuff. Honestly, you really have to check into it. There are right now from what I understand, over 2,000 indictments, sealed indictments. Some of these people have already been arrested, fingerprinted. And I mean the big people. Some of the names that I've already stated. And they have more charges coming against them. They used all that information. Excuse me. They used all that information to create a facade so that people wouldn't like him for whatever the reason is. It's all communist bullshit. Oh my God, excuse me for saying it like that, but it is. It's communist crap. That's all they want to do. They want they want to all control one global entity. Everybody under one world order. That's what they were trying to do. And Trump, you know what? That's the old saying. Good always overcomes evil, and everything is coming to light. I've said this to so many people personally, in emails. You folks really have no clue about what is really happening, honestly. And then on top, and then you have all that stuff going on, and then you got this planet thing happening. And the last few times that it came through, the world as we know it, or as they knew it, was wiped out. The Hopi Indians talk about the ant people that came and got them and took them underground because a big catastrophe was happening. And they lived under the ground with the ant people. The time of Noah also was a matter of, he was told ahead of time, Noah was, because he was the son of the Creator God that came in and change things around with a hominid back then. So that's why he was saved and protected. And then you have the time of the Great Exodus from Egypt. That also was another time that that system came through. And this is all documented. It's documented in the Sumerian texts by the professionals. And so much. There's just so much. Oh my gosh, folks. You really... I'm going to say this. You don't have long. You really do not have long. You have to store water. You need to store food. Not just non-perishable. Yeah, non-perishable food. You would have to, and clothing. And the way that they are anticipating for us to be thrown around, I'm not going to be much longer with this. They're stating that where we are, the east coast of the United States will be the new, up by equivalent to where the northern part of Canada is. So we're going to be in the cold weather. Anything that is primarily around the equator will not, should not, as they say, feel much of an effect from the pole shift, except for, of course, the water, the winds. When the pole shifts and the things get thrown out of whack, the winds are going to be hundreds of miles an hour. The water, because of I've explained this in one of my previous videos, but the water, the way from the centrifugal force of the earth turning, bulges at the equator. So when the axis tilts, the water's going to slosh all over the place. There's going to be tidal waves. It's going to be very, very bad. They're saying anything 400 feet and below. They're saying, no, actually what they're saying is everything 100 feet above sea level and below, forget it. Up to 400 feet is going to be damage. You have to be prepared. And to be honest with you, I don't even know if deep in-ground bunkers are really going to be safe either, because they're also claiming that the earthquakes will be so bad. The people in the New Madrid zone in the United States, there's one huge bunker there that the government built, and you know, to be well, you know, when they started building it was back before they really knew about the New Madrid fault line there. But there's a big fault line there, and they said that it's going to be affected. If you check USGS just about every day, to be honest with you, there's a lot of times that they downgrade the earthquakes, which they always do adjust them here and there by the power and the depth, and sometimes they don't even list them. And I like watching the earthquakes around the globe, because it gives you an idea. Usually you can tell where the effects from Nibiru and the other system, within the other system, is in respect to our globe, because you could just see how the earthquakes are affected or happening as the world turns. So I want everybody to just be careful The weather is really getting crazy and kooky. It's not a matter of a vortex or the cold coming down. It's a matter of the earth, our earth wobbling and changing. So our magnetic north, as you can verify, don't take my word for any of it. Look into this, please. Look into it. And once you realize that this is what I'm saying is the truth, it'll all, maybe it'll, you know, spark everybody to, or at least some people to get right, and we deserve to be told up ahead of time what to expect. And they're keeping it silent for the most part because they only want to save their own butts. That's all there is to it. They want to decrease the size of the population on the earth. Look at the Georgia Guidestones. This is part of the Illuminati. It really is. It's the Illuminati. It's the dark state, the deep state, deep dark state, whatever you want to call them. They're very bad people. It's all evil. It's all evil. There is, I don't even want to share what I know, some of this, because you'll find out for yourself when you look into it. Look into Pedogate. Look into Pizzagate. They're just about one and the same. And it's not just the United States. A lot of the stuff in Saudi Arabia that just recently happened with all the arrests and everything, it's not just happening there. It's not just happening here. It's happening around the globe because they don't want those kind of people in the bunkers to make it to the next step. It's all tied together. So I'm going to leave it at that for a moment. I had a little list here. If anybody has any questions, you're more than welcome to contact me by message, by email, Facebook, Twitter. I think the whole world knows my email. It's been the same forever. And I want everybody to be safe. To all my friends, my Jewish friends, happy Hanukkah. I know Hanukkah is this coming Tuesday. And Godspeed to everyone. God bless the United States. Thank you.